Hello guys, this is Divya and I'm back with another episode of Personalities. Today we will be discussing about Ram Jethmalani, political figure of course, those who know him. And before I begin, I would like to request you to subscribe Vysh IAS channel if you haven't yet. Also, press the bell notification without any fail. Watch the foundational videos without fail if you really want to clear this examination, and join the test series. Batch 3 has been launched. Watch the video and definitely go for the test series if you want to be the one who wants to clears the examination, right? So now let us begin. So Ram Jethmalani, his full name was Ram Bulchand Jethmalani. He was an Indian lawyer and politician. He served as the India's Union Minister of Law, and then as the chairman of the Indian Bar Council, and also as the president of the Supreme Court Bar Association. He was noted in the Indian legal fraternity for his forte in criminal law, and his specialization, you can say, he was in criminal law, and he was involved in the high profile civil cases, right, which about which we will discuss. But he was very high profile criminal lawyer, right, hardcore. So um, now let us know more about him, and first his personal life. So he was born on 14th September 1923 in Shikarpur, which is in Sindh province. Right now it is a part of Pakistan. Okay, so his father was Bulchand Gurmukh Das Jethmalani, and his mother was Parvati Bulchand. And he got a double promotion in school, and he completed his matriculation at the age of 13. So he was a very brilliant person. At the age of 70 he secured his LLB degree, and from the Bombay University, with a first class distinction. And at that time, minimum age to become a lawyer was 21, but he was exempted of this rule, and he became a lawyer at the age of 18. And then he received his LLM, that is masters, from the Bombay University, because didn't have a university of its own. Now his legal career, a very splendid one, I should say. So Ram Jethmalani, he started his career as a lawyer and professor in Sindh before partition, and then as partition happened after independence in 1948. There were so many riots all over the especially the northern part of undivided India. So riots broke out in Karachi, and he had to fled to the India, and his friend Brohi, he advised him to do so. Then his first case as a lawyer, he fought at the age of 70 in the court of Sindh under Justice Godfrey Davis. He was the judge there back then, right? And he contested he was contesting the rule regarding minimum age passed by the Bar Council of Sindh, right? And then later on he came to be known as known for his appearance in the Nanavati case in 1959, and this was also a very high profile case. And along with him there was Yashwant Vishnu Chandrachud, who later on became the Chief Justice of India, CJI. And his defense of a string of smugglers in late 1960s established his image as a smuggler's lawyer, right? So because he was specialized in the criminal law, and he was mostly he was involved in the high profile cases. So he was termed like this. And not just this, there are there are so many other cases, like Harshad Mehta case, who found to be cheating the whole as the Sensex, I mean the stock market, right? He pulled out one of the biggest scams in the stock market in India. So the culprit was Harshad Mehta, and he was defense lawyer was Ram Jethmalani. And also in the Jessica Lal murder case, which was also a very high profile case, he was the advocate, he was a defense lawyer of the accused, that is Manu Sharma. And then there were also string of such cases. He was also the defense lawyer of Amit Shah, who was involved in some fake encounter case, right? And there are some more which I'll be telling in the course of this session. So he has been the chairman of Bar Council of India for 4 tenures, and before as well after the emergency. And then in 1996 he became a member of the International Bar Association, and he served as a professor emeritus, right? This is a special status given. for this law school, that is Symbiosis International University Law School, right? And then in 2010 he was elected as the president of the Supreme Court Bar Association. And then during his career, I told he was involved in many high profile cases, even the case where he was defense lawyer of YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. And then I mean, there are so many actually cases like these, right, which are very high profile. So he was involved in all this because he was a very I mean, he was an expert lawyer, right? And 9 September 2017 he announced his retirement from the legal profession. And then let us know about his political career. He held many portfolios, I would say, right? He fought a few elections, but he held many, some of the important positions. So during the emergency period, that is 1975 to 77, he was the chairman of the Bar Association of India, and he heavily criticized the then prime minister, that is Indira Gandhi, Mrs. Indira Gandhi. An arrest warrant was issued against him because of emergency from Kerala, and which was stayed at Bombay High Court, or right, because there were 300 lawyers who represented him. I mean, who appeared for him, and it was led by Nani Palkhiwala, very famous lawyer, of course. But again, this stay was revoked, and then he had to exile himself to Canada, and he carried on his campaign against the emergency. And after the emergency was lifted, he returned to India right after 10 months, and he became a member of the Rajya Sabha in 1988, and then Union Ministry of Law, Justice and Company Affairs in 1996, and that too in Atal Bihari Vajpayee cabinet, right? And then during his second tenure of Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, 1988, he was given the portfolio of Urban Affairs Minister, right, as a Union Minister and employment. And on 1399, he was sworn in as the Law Minister, right, Minister of Law, Justice and Company Affairs. So he held many important positions. He also announced his candidature for the President of India, and he had launched his own front as well, known as Bharat Mukti Morcha, as a mass movement in 1987. And then in 1995 he launched his own political party as well, known as Pavitra Hindustan Kalagam, with the motto to achieve transparency in the functioning of Indian democracy. And then in 2010 he was given a Rajya Sabha ticket by BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, from Rajasthan, and he was elected. And he was actually known for his outspoken attitude. He used to speak his mind. So in the presence of Chinese ambassador once, you know, and there was also the foreign minister of that time, Hina Rabbanikar, who was present there, and he called China an enemy of both India and Pakistan, and warned Indian and Pakistanis to be aware of these Chinese in front of the Chinese ambassador. So some achievements and awards. So he was awarded International Jurist Award and then in 1977 he was awarded Human Rights Award by World Peace through Law. So with this we have come an end to this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, right, and you got to know more about him. So let us meet in the next session. Thank you so much. Do like and share these videos. Thank you.